back to the hospital to assist my aunt because she could not leave because they ended up admitting the baby. When they admit the baby's foot was declared broken after 5 a.m. in the morning. He broke his femur. When that was declared broken, after 5, Jayden would have not been privy to this information. Jayden did not know this. Jayden got ready and Jayden left for school. Now, look at the series of events. When would Jayden get a beating? In the car on the way to the hospital? At the hospital, all the camera footages at the hospital.
Who took Jayden to school?
He went to school with his
uncle.
The uncle, what do they call that?
Hold on,
uncle-in-law.
Uncle Karim.
Uncle-in-law. Uncle-in-law.
PR perspective.
Uncle-in-law. When the child's mother, remember, I see a lot of people saying, oh, they're frightened for foreign kidney and this and that. This is a regular black child with Jamaican parents. However, they live in the US, but it's Jamaican parents. Nobody is frightened for this child.
Alright, so the uncle left Jayden where?
He left him at a bus stop to get taxi to go to school. His teacher confirmed that he was at school. His principal confirmed that he was at school, and he did not leave school until dismissal. The CCTV.
At what time was dismissal?
I'm not sure what time was dismissal.
Okay. When the uncle took Jayden to school, did the uncle know that the baby foot was broken?
No, he did not know. The baby did not get through in the hospital.
The lady talk, then no question her. While my man the road.
The way they make family alone talk. Wanna wait till family talk after answer the question, please.
Yeah, man, make family talk, man, and that's why I'm mute.
Let the man talk, let the girl talk. Then you don't ask no question. That's how you run the first man.
Lady, stop not make the lady talk.
Yes, you guys listening now? So the public is not aware of the fact that there are camera footages that picked up Jayden at Little Caesar and also Mega Mart. The last, he was in Little Caesar after 3. The last footage that picked him up at Mega Mart was after 4. So he went to Little Caesar first and then he went to Mega Mart. The public is not aware of this. The public is also saying, every day the auntie says she see my girl school, how she never see him Friday morning. That's because she was at the hospital. So a lot of people, they don't have access to this information. When my cousin realized that she works in healthcare, she's a nurse. So she worked in Jamaica before system is in Jamaica. When she realized that her child was not being seen, she booked a flight to Jamaica immediately. Jayden did not know that she was coming to Jamaica, so Jayden could not meet up with her anywhere. She booked a flight for her and her child to leave Jamaica, where she have health care in foreign, could have come back and met the fitness to one doctor. When she got to Jamaica, they told her the child cannot travel because his foot is broken. The only mode of transportation would have to be in an ambulance. That's what they told her, because her plan was to take her child and go back to the US so he can see a doctor in the US, which would be his primary care doctor.
Camille, can I answer a question?
Yes, go ahead.
Are you living at the house where the incident took place? Were you there, or are you saying what you heard from them?
No, I don't live there.
Okay. You only saying what they are saying, right?
And this is factual information that I got, and we have seen the video footages and all of those stuff that you guys are very much saying that are not true.
And you are saying that the public does not aware of CCTV camera. My dear, the whole internet have that and saying it. But my thing is that you are speaking as if you live there, and you are saying this is not true. So basically, allegedly, you are repeating what the old soul told you. Basically, that it's respect that you respect your uncle.
Yeah.
Angel, common statement and Demar statement. Actually, the same statement.
But guess what now? When you hear the piece, the piece say, uncle say him carry the child to school morning, you know, and like the lady did say to give him $1,200, but no, him give him $1,500. You don't know about that part.
And him carry him to school, him carry him, go drop him off out of the main road.
Yes.
And him take regular taxi. He take him from the home in a field vehicle, but them drop him off on the main road.
What I
So
say?
him bring him go school. Him not drop him at the school gate.
Somebody said they said she would have give him 1,200 to go school, but him said no, him give him 1,500 to go school.
Probably him never have no change.
Look here.
And then
He said he didn't have any change. He only had $1,500, but his lunch money was $1,200.
Alright, listen to me now.
The $1,200.
And there's something else I want me to back, right? When I took my son to the hospital when his foot was broken, right? I went there and find other incident with younger baby that they put in before my child, because my child was 13, right? Listen to me good, right? My picnic was 13, me reach a hospital, 7 o'clock in the evening, and the doctor, them look after the babies them before.
Because the baby's an emergency.
Yes, it come out clearly what happened to the baby. My boy was 13-year-old never stay at the hospital at 5 o'clock the other morning and a long time before no way more advanced and no see the baby foot broke. May know around 12 o'clock the night.
You do understand that every hospital is different, right?
But I think the man know. The man would know. I think I won't back with you on that one.
No.
I think the gentleman would know that the foot was broken.
Lovely.
What's swollen enough,
The
so they did not know it
gentleman
was broken. He just couldn't
the gentleman leave the hospital with Jayden and them are,
He was seen
and
at
go home back,
Target.
and pick up some stuff. Listen. And pick up some stuff. See the wife, bring back at the hospital, go give him wife. Then leave back the hospital because him affair get ready. So come here say the result come out after 6 because he leave back.
Okay.
Hey, you want to ask one
I'm
question?
listening carefully,
You want to ask one question? Jayden at school and a man to them a go.
The hospital also has all the footages, and if you guys want to request it, you guys can also request it to see all that was there. So.
Nah, he might go back in a man. Why never carry him at school?
Yeah, man. You don't like to see it. So we don't like to see the pussy. Just see it, my friend.
That is true. And like I said, I understand from you guys' perspective, because if I was in all of your shoes, would I not make assumptions too? However, based on the investigation, these footages are not available to the public.
What I public if
I get that, but based on what's happening, they cannot release the footages to the public.
You know me, don't want to
They
see
can
it.
only do the timeline to say this and that and whatever. They cannot release the footages to the public. That's JCF's rule.
I mean,
Okay.
Because it's an active investigation that's going on, so they cannot release it. The only thing that they can state is that he was seen on footage and whatever. However, we are appealing to persons on Perth Road. He was last seen on Perth Road. A lot of houses and nice houses are around there. If persons who live in that area who have like camera on their house that project like to the road, that would have also been very helpful to see if him walk past, if nobody pick him up, if this, because that was the last place he was seen going up Perth Road after he exit Mega Mart.
right. That's how I get information.
How far from Perth Road, Jayden lives?
The Jayden, I'm not sure if you guys know Mandeville. Jayden taxi stand is at Willowgate Plaza. Perth Road would be around where Mega Mart is, around Manchester High School front gate. That's where his high school is.
So again,
Come in.
Yes, ma'am.
1 minute. Let me ask Camille a question. Is it that, all right, and the whole entire universe is saying this about the baby and everybody appealing? Is any of the family member come together and say, look here, auntie, uncle, listen, what happened? Okay, I don't have anything can tell because people are accusing me. What is happening? Anybody ever really sit down and see? Everybody different for their family, nobody's accusing. People are saying them and people are saying them. At the end of the day, the family now step forward because it takes 2 weeks. 2 weeks after person.
They have been searching every single day, and this is a lot of things that on the media now, because from Jayden went missing, they have been searching every single day, and people are not aware of this.
No, but you still don't answer the question, Camille. I know everybody knows that people are searched. The question is it that I wanted to ask, believe the question, but it was so vice versa. The question is, is any one of the family member really look into it as a person, a parent, and say, auntie, uncle, this is where we at now. This happened, I don't know what to Jayden, I don't know what question. This are the question we may try to find out. That everybody defending auntie, uncle, everybody defending the family.
We have been trying to figure out because, as I said, Jayden went to Pert Road and Jayden has no business on Pert Road because where his taxi stand is way far from Pert Road. So what he went on Pert Road to do, nobody has no idea.
Is Jayden a slight child? Is he a slight child that doesn't understand himself or just...
No.
Well, me not buy
Good evening. I want to ask you a few questions, right?
Go ahead.
Alright. So, let me ask you, let me get a background of Jayden. Is Jayden a kind of child that have ever, like, just gone away, wandered off, maybe some hours and not seen him back?
No.
Alright. In terms of Jayden coming home in the evening, right? School, this misses at what, 3?
Around that time, right?
Alright. And how far is his home from Mandible?
Probably about a 30 to 45 minutes drive, or maybe less.
Okay. So, normally when time in dismiss from school, like what time you normally reach home?
He normally reach, my auntie said normally reach up like after 4, he would reach up early.
So when did it become alarming, a call for concern?
So when my cousin got to Jamaica to relieve my aunt from the hospital, because when she landed in Montego Bay, she landed after 2 in Montego Bay. From Montego Bay to Mandeville is like a 3 hours drive. She went straight to Mandeville so she could relieve my auntie so she could go home from the hospital. That was Friday night. So she got to the hospital around after 7 p.m. When my aunt went home, that's when she realized that Jayden is not home. That's when the discovery was made that Jayden did not reach home from school.
So where was Demar? And
Demar was at the hospital.
So where was the uncle?
The uncle went to work in the morning. After he dropped off Jayden to school, he went to work and then
Does Jayden have a key?
Hospital. Yeah, Jayden have a key.
For the house?
Yeah.
So, Kimmy, did you know that there's a nurse from the hospital who didn't want to appear on the live, said that the family was acting so vice versa?
I'm aware of that, but you see on social media, a lot of people come with fake
I was on the live with nurse.
and stuff like that. A lot of people comment because I've seen people even comment that, oh, the incident happened on a Wednesday and they're sure, and people say, oh, they're sure and they bury him in backyard. So a lot of people come with a lot of stuff.
No, I'm not.
But that's not true.
The nurse.
For real, Sammy. But Cammy, listen to me now. One question I never asked.
When did you report the matter to the police? When was he reported to the
The
police?
same night when they realized he didn't come home because that's not
The
Jayden.
same night around what time?
I'm not sure what time, but once when she went home and she realized Jayden was not home, she went back in the town and they drive around searching and then they reported the incident to the police.
So what time the uncle reached home?
2 persons saw Jayden. 1 person saw Jayden and asked Jayden. You know, if you're not aware, country people, everybody know everybody. Somebody saw Jayden and asked Jayden, like they would say, "Where you doing here so late?" And he said he was coming from cadet training. When my aunt called the school, cadet did not keep that day because it was raining. Another
So is
person saw.
is it a case where he normally go cadet training and come home late on the evening then when he go cadet training?
He would have reached home later than normal when he go cadet.
Oh, because we know Mandeville, when time rain fall in a Mandeville, where's the say I will get in take taxi because I attended church teachers college, so I'm familiar with the environment. So where's the say I will get in take taxi running so sometimes flooded. And if you live rural Manchester, sometimes it's difficult for you to get drive.
I was also wondering if he probably take a wrong taxi or what, but none of the taxi
But why would you assume he took a wrong taxi?
No, I'm saying that's what going through my head. Like, why would he go to Pert Road, or if they try to walk out of the rain, but he actually walked into the rain.
But remember that Perth Road, based on my remembering, I see him stretch that high school is on.
Yes. Remember, he went to school on Friday. His teacher confirmed.
And you did say that he went to Mega Mart.
Right.
That I just outside the school.
Right. So is it a case where him a walk roll.
So, alright, so Manchester High School has Manchester High School have a front gate and a back gate. The back
I'm
gate,
aware of that.
yeah, the back gate would have land him directly at him bus
I
stop
will
at the
agree with
gate.
it. Right. Yes.
So he was seen at, I'm not sure which gate he exit the school from when school over enough, but the last footage pick him up at Mega Mart. Leaving Mega Mart, he went inside Mega Mart and come back out immediately. He did not purchase anything or nothing. So he went.
So when he come up outside Mega Bar, which one an exit he use? He exit
around
from
here.
Perth Road.
He went right up to Perth Road. He walked up to Perth Road.
That's what happened in the back gate.
No, Mega Mart. We're not talking about the school. No, that was that.
Come on, yeah, but remember Mega Bar have a exit, you know. I don't know if that's
Exit for the back.
We have an exit at the back too, you know.
Yes.
The mother of the baby wants not supposed to add her to the box.
Did you up here?
Added. She's on.
She's up here.
The mother of the baby.
I don't know how
Yes.
to move it. Oh,
Yeah, we can hear you, Shen.
you hear me? Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Shanique.
I am Shirley. And Kami is my cousin. And everything that she is saying is correct because Kami is like a sister. Both mothers grow very close together. Everybody could grow very close together. So as these things happen, I message her immediately. Hey, this is what happened. Because whenever she takes care of Zaire, sometimes when she was here, when she's visiting me, so it's like always providing that information. So it's always updating her. So as much as you guys are asking, oh, she's writing up a script or something, literally, Kamisha is being told every inch of the way what's happening. The person that talk about the fact that the child get through a hospital, I can show you messages every hour. Mr. Mommy, when I get through yet, Mommy, them not sooner yet. And that is what grew me so angry and upset because I'm like, the child went to her Greece. They do have a copy of the X-ray. Why is it that they're not seeing him as yet? Why is it taking so long? He's in pain. He's there. Why is he not taking so long? Look here, as Kami said, I literally booked a ticket with both of us. The plan was to meet me at Mobile with the child, and I'm leaving. That was the plan.
Okay.
When I got to Jamaica, I was told that she cannot leave because he'd have to be air ambulance. People talking about there that I'm rich and I have money. If I had money, my baby would not be in Jamaica. Because the only reason why he went to Jamaica was because his father went to training and I would not have any help in the US.
Shanique.
Yes, dear.
Alright. So, you said his femur got damaged, right?
Yes.
Did you contact the airline to ask if they would have accepted him on the flight?
Well, first of all, the doctors were saying that it was not a good idea because of the pressure. It would cause more pain for him.
How long is the flight?
It doesn't matter how long the flight is. Just once you go above ear, they were concerned about the pressure on the leg. Be reminded, based on the position of where the fracture is, it's a leg that could not be splinted for travel. I would probably have to get like 3 seats to be able to accommodate him.
Alright, this is to me why I'm asking this question. When I came from England, right? What brought me back to Jamaica was that I went rock climbing and I fell for 6 feet and I landed on 1 foot and I damaged it. They were thinking of doing an operation, so I had to change my flight, right? I was adamant that I was going to come to Jamaica because I wanted to see my child by the hook or by the crook. So I spoke with the doctor. The first doctor said he's not signing it off. When I spoke with the airline regarding the fact that I would need special arrangement, I would require special arrangement, they said to me that I would need to have a letter from the doctor to say that I am allowed to fly. I went back to my second appointment. There was some improvement in the leg. And they decided that, okay, even though we would not agree with your decision to fly, these are the measures that we are going to take. One of our main concerns is about blood clots. So we are going to give you a series of medication to take while you're on the plane, while you're at home, while you're in Jamaica, to ensure that you do not develop a blood clot. So I was given a series of injections and disposable bins. You know how UK are the American.
Somebody said not a foot no broke. That's interesting. Okay.
Right? So when I got those, then I got a letter from the hospital and I emailed it to the airline, and the airline made preparation so that I could travel. So that's why I asked you if you had contacted the airline. But when you said that it could not go into a screen, then I understand that.
Yes.
That. But for me now, what they did, I had multiple things done. So I had something that my foot was put in something similar to a screen that allows it to not move beyond 90 degrees. So my leg could not move beyond 90 degrees. It's set up in a way where you can determine the angle at which you can move the leg. And then provisions was made on the airline. It was a regular flight from Jamaica, from England to Jamaica, Jamaica to England. It's least 10 hours. Least. And it was a straight flight. Throughout the flight, I had to take the injections. I got assistance with me from the air hostess. And as I said, provisions were made. We never have money for the first class ticket. I was regular economics class. They gave me a front, a bigger space seat, and stuff like that. So that's why I asked, but you would kind of justify when they say, okay, they could put it out. I mean, understand, so when it comes on to certain things, Jamaica would have limited as it relates to resources. Maybe if he was coming from America to Jamaica, then they would have been able to transport him on a regular flight. So I understand that part.
Yes.
The one more I get at now is, alright, when I saw your video, right, I question it because
you're not on live, you know that, right?
It was brought out to say that Jayden caused.
1 second.
What happened?
Comment talking about, again, the doctors would not sign off. I would have to.
Alright, Shani, I know what you comment. Is it your comment then?
What you comment?
So what I want to ask you, Shanique, is it a case where Jayden was at any given point blamed for the accident?
Let me tell you, at no point in time, and this is what people fail to understand. I guess it's typical to think, oh yeah, the baby dropped, yes, they're going to be blamed. At no point in time, I have my messages from my mom. At no point in time did I say, where Jayden really do. He simply said, he was staying, again, they were in 2 separate rooms. So my mom was in her bedroom, Jayden and the baby was in the living room playing. So she just heard the crying and then just rushed to him.
So was Jayden and the baby alone in the living room?
In the living room, correct.
So who is there to say that when the baby jumped, Jayden dodged?
Who can say that?
Listen. See, here's the auntie. That one, the grandma.
Them are?
Yes,
It is me, Shani.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Grandma.
Good evening, mommy.
Right. So, I have it up to my neck. Right now, I have it up to my neck. You see, whatever all the persons are saying, as Kamisha said, there's no evidence of what persons are saying. Zaire and Jayden alone was in the living room. I was in my bedroom at the time. When I heard the baby cry, I thought he was laughing, so I didn't pay it any mind. But when I hear him scream out again, I rushed to the living room and I pick him up. I saw him on the floor. Honestly, I couldn't tell you that Jayden was behind Zaire, sideways Zaire, because I was frightened when I saw the baby on the ground in pain.
So when you rushed the baby, hold on, mommy. When you rushed into the room, where was Jayden?
She just
As I said, I couldn't tell because I was so frightened when I saw the baby on the ground screaming in pain. I couldn't tell if Jayden was left, right, or center. I only grabbed up the baby and I rushed to my room with the baby.
So what based on your recollection of things, right? Okay, you grab up the baby, right? You heard the cry first, and you thought it was a laugh. Then when you hear the sound again, the pain, then you rush
to the mathematics.
When you rush to the living room, you pick up the baby. After you
listen, hello, me and mute your mommy. Hello, me take you down a life. Hold on, hello, me ignorant body no my friend. Make the lady talk, you can't talk fair, make she talk.
Make she talk first, then ask.
No, I mean,
alright, so
Come on, don't make the lady talk. Don't tell her talk a question and then make one somebody talk and then ask the question.
we're really here, as much as we've been heard hearing that, we're not having our presence on social media, and it's simply because of the fact that we have been getting so much backlash and we don't feel to come out and say anything because nobody's believing what we're saying. So we're here to answer the questions because we're finally here. When Kami came out first, I was like, if they're not aggressive at you, then I'll come. But I'm not here for our family is not a confrontational family, and nobody can ever say that we ever in a fight or cuss with anybody. That's not us. So Mathematics can go ahead and ask the question that she was trying to get to mommy so that she can actually answer. Because that is what we're here for.
No, she had tell the lady that she go in the room. You have to make the lady talk for herself.
No, she wasn't saying that. She was just trying to create the situation and try to figure out what happened next. I understand it.
Yeah,
So I'm okay with her asking the question because that is what we are here for.
Okay, so can I go ahead now?
Narcos, hold on, mommy. All right, go ahead, mommy.
Right. So as I was saying, when I came out and saw Zaire crying, as I said, I couldn't tell whether Jayden was at the back or the front or the side of Zaire. I saw the baby on the ground, crunching to his leg or holding on to his leg and screaming like hell. So I pick him up. And when I pick him up, I realized that he's crying even more. So I rushed to my room with him and put him on the bed. When I tried to put him down, I realized he was screaming even more. I even said to myself, I wonder if he'll break him back. I called to Jayden from my room and said, Jayden, what happened to Zaire? Jayden repeated to me and said, Auntie Paula, Zaire fell and hit his leg. I called to my husband immediately and I said to him, something happened to Zaire and I don't know how serious it is and we need to rush him to the hospital. On the way to the hospital, that is when I called my daughter to let her know that something happened to Zaire. I even took the picture of Zaire's leg in the car and sent it to my daughter. Zaire's leg was also on Jayden's foot because Zaire, me and Jayden was at the back of the car. You understand? When I went to the hospital, I went to Hargreaves first. The justice I got at Hargreaves, I was not satisfied. So we left with the letter to go to Mandeville. I was there until Minister 12 before Zaire name called for me to go back inside. I called how many times? I said, imagine. It's a baby and the
that
baby
was just to be registered, not to be seen, just registered.
Not to be seen, to be registered after 12. I called to a lady who was at the customer care desk and I said to her, imagine I am here from Hargreaves with a letter with the baby and nobody seeing the baby. She turned to me and said, this is not a baby hospital. Can you imagine that? And the baby was in pain. She turned to me and said, this is not a baby hospital. And I could not move. I want to use the bathroom and I could not move. And I never get through until minutes after 5 the next morning when they said that after we got through, we get inside and they sent me to do an x-ray because when the doctor saw Zaire, she said to me, this is not looking good. She said, bring him into the room, let me examine him. When she pulled the baby pampers, she called a next doctor and said, it seems like the baby broke some bone. And she write up the x-ray paper immediately and she sent me to the x-ray. It was me and my husband that was there because my husband was still there with me. And he was the one who took the baby. Jayden and Demar was in the car on the outside of the hospital sleeping.
Oh, because they went with you? Okay.
Yes, all of them went with me. Because normally when we go in, we don't leave anybody.
Okay, good.
And we went to the x-ray, we get the x-ray done, and I went back in because they would send the report to the doctor by the screen then. So you would have to bring the paper itself to the doctor. So when she looked at it, she said to me that the baby bone break. And I was sent back again to sit in the seat again until minutes after 6 when they said to me that they're going to admit the baby. It was about maybe 5:30 some minutes to 6 that my husband said to me he's going to leave because remember the kids are going to school. I said, okay, when you go home, let them are ready and come down that he can help me with the baby that I can go to the bathroom. I need to use the bathroom. Okay. Then I came down, I called my husband when he reached home and I said to him, no, he called me and asked me how much is Jayden's lunch. My husband cooked the morning when he went up back and give Jayden cooked food to go to school. 6:30 they left the house and they went out the road. And my husband carried kids to school, so he dropped Jayden at the roadside at the shop and went to the opposite direction to pick up his kids to bring to the school.
All right, hold on. Sorry, let me just ask you one question. What time is your husband left the hospital?
Either 5:30 or minutes to 6.
And he done cook by 6:30? He reach home and cook by 6:30?
Because we were cooking from the Thursday night, so he just go and finish it.
So how long you live from the hospital? How far? How much minutes away? Half hour, 1 hour?
Well, I cannot say how far it was.
So you live in Newport and you was in Mandeville at the hospital?
Right.
Okay, so that will be about 15 to 20 minutes drive back home.
Yes, but maybe about that or maybe half an hour, depends.
Oh,
Mommy. Mommy.
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna ask a question. Where did Jayden say the baby fell from?
Well, Jayden did not say. He only said that the baby fell and hit his leg. That's the only thing Jayden said to me.
But I heard earlier that the baby fell from the jump from the bed.
No, she did not say that.
That's not what she said.
That the baby loves to do that, and that was a normal thing. So that she didn't say that's where the baby jumped from.
all right. So there's a video.
The thing is,
There's a video going around. Mommy,
go ahead.
where they said you said to Jayden that Jayden accident do happen, but you must be careful next time. When did you get to say that to Jayden?
I know she didn't say so.
Was it you, Grandma?
Who says that?
No,
Was it you?
No, I called to Jayden from my room when I asked Jayden what happened to Zaire. And he told me that Zaire fell and hit his leg. I turned to him from my room while attending to the baby. I said, Jayden, you need to be more careful with playing with the baby because the baby is young. Because I have a next granddaughter who's 4 years old. They all stick to Jayden, baby, because Jayden is small like them. Because Jayden is small. So they all cling to Jayden. So I called to Jayden from my room and I said, Jayden, you just have to be careful when playing with the babies.
That's when you're going out when the incident happened, right?
Grandma.
That's when I was in my room getting the baby ready.
Alright, Grandma.
Okay.
You never called to Jade. Alright, so when you find out say incident happened. Alright, me as a mother, yeah? And something happened.
And that is the thing, no matter.
So you left on a return flight the Saturday?
No. I did not leave the Saturday. So what I don't know if the person's talking or not. But anyways, I came on Friday and I came straight to the Mandeville Hospital. We left there on Saturday and went to the different hospital that you heard he was transferred to. And I stayed there, eat, sleep, be there for those days, and I left on Wednesday.
So you haven't been to your house in Mandeville?
I have not been to my house in Mandeville.
Oh, wow. So how they're saying that is you and Jayden left from the hospital to go home?
A cousin of yours didn't pick you up at any point, and you and the cousin some car business with you and the cousin. The cousin give you a car or something.
No, my dear. And police can get the footage from there. First, I went to KFC when I just came to Mandeville because the baby wanted chicken and chips, and this was about 6:50 when I text mommy and said waiting on it. Then I meet them at 7:09 and I got to the hospital. And at the hospital was mommy, daddy, Gemma. And they stayed with me for about an hour before they left. After an hour, they went home.
Blood of Jesus. The blood of Jesus. The blood of Jesus. The blood of Jesus.
But that is not, it is not, because we tried, because even with me posting and stuff, people are still doing it, and it just didn't feel safe to come out and say.
Yeah, but Shanika, see, they never come here, so this evening, that's no lie.
That's why I said we have a personal
we wouldn't know this at this conversation, you know.
And that is why the thing is I've been really thinking about coming. I made 2 videos up to yesterday to post and me hold it back because everybody say don't follow the media, don't listen to what people are saying, but they do not have the story. But let me tell you something though, mathematics. That is it. And let me tell you what happened also is that because the media is out there pushing out this information, guess what? The police is literally using what the media is saying to do this investigation. They are not doing their work correctly, and I'm sorry to say this, but they are not. They have very much evidence to rule out every one of our family members from being a part of this, but they continue to still follow the media, asking me for statement, searching the home 4 times. It's not one time they search the home, 4 times. And come up empty. But yet still they have not gone into Park Road and tried to get into these community and see if there's anybody that could show any video to say where did Jayden go. Jayden head Park Road.
You guys have an abandoned home. A home that you guys used to live at before that have 2 tanks.
That's what we heard on the internet, that's where they're supposed to search. We did live at a different home like about 15 years ago that we were living way before then, and apparently no one lives there currently. So apparently I've heard that they wanted to search.
Where is that? Is that home same place in Newport or another adjoining?
No, it's about 10 minutes away from where we're currently living.
Mathematics beg you 1 second. Mommy, did Jayden go to school with his phone?
No, so the police has the phone and they're supposed to be pulling it, and this has been about a week now, Mommy. They have it and have not done anything. So that's what I'm saying, like they're not doing their job.
No, he did not carry the phone to school.
Pulling the phone,
Manchester
police know if there's any conversation going on.
Alright, wait, Shani. They're saying Jayden was there waiting excitedly for a cousin to come and pick him up.
Again, we don't know about any cousin. We don't know who. Listen, you see, our family is a very small family back in Mali. Initially, just me, my mother, my father, my brother. That's actually it's there right now, right? So when you ask about cousin, we cannot tell you anything about a cousin because on Jayden's mom's side, we really do not know a lot of them. We don't know any of them. Nobody has ever reached out to say, hey, me a cousin, me a sister, me a uncle, how is Jayden doing? So none of we have no idea. So you try and check the grandfather. We don't know who that be.
So you literally only know about your side of the family.
Jayden's side of the family reach out to us since the incident.
Well, Mommy would have to answer because I know the mother come around.
Okay.
The first
search. So I am here. So as you all guys are hearing me?
Yeah, Mommy,
yes,
I'm here, Mommy.
Yes, my dear.
As you guys all know, I took in Jayden when he was 5 years old. Jayden was basically, and I'm gonna say this,
we were trying to stay off because we don't want to speak ill of the mother. We were trying not to speak ill of the mother, and we're trying to kind of control that. So we'll kind of say it in our way, but we don't want to speak bad of the mother. All right?
No, because I still communicate with the mother. Persons. I have a sister that died 11 years ago with breast cancer. She was the first one who somebody approached to take Jayden. And she said no, because of her sickness, she's not going to take up another responsibility because she have 2 kids. Because Kamisha is the one of them. So to let you know how the bond we have in my family, Kamisha and one of my sons are 10 days apart. Me and my sister was pregnant at the same time. I breastfeed Kamisha. So when it comes to Jayden, when I took Jayden and somebody asked me to take Jayden because Jayden was not getting any care, Jayden was not going to school, I kind of wrap it around my head until one day a taxi guy come and said to me, say, Miss P, do me I beg you, take Jayden because Jayden asleep at bar side, he must sleep on old fridge and whatever. I look into it and I said I have 5 kids for myself and none of my kids ever did on the road. Jayden is my twin brother's son. And I decided to take Jayden. On that week, when we took Jayden, I went to the basic school that Jayden was going. When I went there, the principal said to me, Mrs. Thompson, out of the term, Jayden come to school 3 days for the whole term. And I said, no man, but this don't look good. When I went there and I made the arrangement that I'm going to have Jayden, make sure he goes to school, she said to me, Jayden is coming to the school Jayden is not fully registered at the school because he does not have a birth certificate. He's not immunized. I said to her, okay, I'm gonna get those things done. All right. When I left the school the day, I went to the bank in Mandeville. While I was in the line in the bank, could you tell me who called me? It was CDA that calls me from the school and say that they are there to take Jayden. And the principal have to beg the lady and said, no, Mrs. Thompson is here. And she said that she's going to take Jayden and send Jayden to school. She said, okay, I'll keep in touch and follow up with that. I have Jayden all those years. If I could show you pictures. Yeah, go ahead.
One question. No one a question for Shanique. Shanique, yeah. You may talk to Shanique first. Do you have a cousin in Mandeville that contact you on Facebook and Messenger? We just want to remember, we just want to ask Shanique 1 second forever before me forget. You have a cousin in Mandeville that contact you up to today and yesterday on Facebook or Messenger?
Is it male or female?
Male.
Male.
Yes.
Male.
I'm gonna say yes.
And the conversation was like about asking how you doing. Did he let I just give you an next code. Did he send you a message today on Messenger? A message text?
I called the message and said that they're on a live and she's going to call me, and I was like, I really don't want to hear what's going on.
Not she, he.
No, he, yes. So I said, I really don't want to hear because it's the same thing. So I dismissed the conversation. So he did reach out and said that he was on a live. He's not going to call me. I was like, don't call me because I don't want to hear.
Okay, so a male did today.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So back to Jayden. So really and truly, again, I was talking about in terms of the investigation, like it's not going in the way it's supposed to go because Jayden, all the sightings, personally, I do not believe any of the sightings because these sightings, no one has a picture to confirm, a video to confirm, or anything to confirm that he was seen. So for me, I am going off that last video footage that we had that going to Perth Road because be reminded, as people know where Perth Road is, Jayden has no business heading to Perth Road, none at all. And what was even weird for me is him leaving from Little Caesars that was closer to his taxi stand and heading to Mega Mart for no apparent reason, then heading to Perth Road. That is very odd behavior. Again, let me give you a brief idea of Jayden. Jayden is a very quiet, humble child. He does not talk a lot. So because of that, we don't know mentally how he is going on.
Right.
Growing up without your parents, no matter how you think. Listen, my father is my stepfather, and even living with him since I was 3 months old, sometimes I still felt like, when my real father there. And sometimes I also feel me the things that in that treat me other brother them more better than me. That's just your mind mentally as a child growing up. So to be honest, I don't know what Jayden is going through and how he's feeling. And I'm probably sorry, so I never really did talk to him and ask him and find out how he is mentally. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. And yes, he could be feeling, and that's the only, when we came out and said the baby fell, that's the only thing that had happened that would have caused a reaction. And that's the only reason why we mentioned it, because it's the only thing that happened. You get what I'm saying? So I can't tell you, say, he never feel bad because I can't tell you how he was feeling. I didn't talk to him.
All right, Grandma, if you're hearing me, Jayden was with you, darling. Have you seen any side or any way of Jayden? As you said, Jayden used to live on roadside, your shop side and something before you take him. So you had to take him because you have love for children, right? Right. Did you see any sign that if he even do something at home, not this incident with the baby, and something happened that you know that he is wrong? You ever see no reaction against something where you think, you ever see me in no way like you that look to yourself and say no, so that little boy will run away anytime? No. You think you did see me in no way like he looked like he was going through something? But you just not trying to figure out when could I really go through?
No.
And that's the thing, the person's in the comment asking what is that. That's what I'm saying. If you realize a series of behavior, it is very abnormal. So initially, when the principal, even when I listened to the news and he said, he was eating more than normal, I was like, well, normally eating more than normal and the way how he's moving sounds like he probably was intoxicated in some way or form, because that just doesn't sound normal. Because normally when on drugs or something, you're just very hungry. You get what I'm saying? And then the behavior, that's the first thing that came to my mind. And I'm like, why the heck?
But Shayna, why would you think that he was on drugs? Have you ever?
No, but again, remember these things going on in school, and I hear about the sweetie them when they have the when they put Molly in and something and anything possible, and this is trying to figure out.
He never used. You have never seen him never use. You never seen him smoke or anything.
Not Shen. Shen can't do that, you know. Our grandma would have.
Again, you know, remember, no, he doesn't do that. But this is us trying to get out of the box. Like, what happened? You get what I'm saying? So yes, these are probably bizarre findings, but it's like getting out of the box and trying to say what else could have happened, because we can't understand where Jayden, even if you say him run away because of bad treatment, if everybody is saying that, where are you now? It's been almost 3 weeks. Where are you now?
So where you think Jayden gone?
To be honest,
we don't know. We couldn't tell.
I cannot say where he is at, but for me personally, I'm thinking once he head Perth Road in, I'm just thinking outside the box again. Him walking out in the rain, going to Perth Road, I'm thinking, did somebody see him walking in the rain and offer him a ride, and then that something else happened? So that's what I am thinking.
Before I go further, 2 things. If you were supposed to think, say, one of these things happened to him, which one would it? You think, say,
I initially,
went off and he home, like he say, all right, he run off and he on run away, or you think, say, somebody maybe take him away?
I think somebody take Jayden.
For almost 3 weeks now, mathematics is not. It cannot be that he ran away on his own and not being seen. It cannot be that somebody has him that is saying taking care of him, because at this point it would be considered kidnapping, because it is an investigation. You get what I'm saying? So
but how the media spin it, you know, and listening to you, because when I first started coming onto this situation was Sunday, and then listening to you and listening to Grandma, right? So what I said Sunday was that chances are, right? The chance might be that the family now have nothing to do with this. And at this point, I don't rule out anything, because there are still, I have not seen any evidence to say this or this. But me as a chances are the family now have nothing to do with this. And somebody see the situation, see where it is leading, and just taking advantage of the situation, because everything is being pointed at the family. So there is no true investigation, from my understanding of things so far, being happening wherein other mediums are being questioned, or they are running down other leads.
Right.
So from your understanding, Grandma, right? You a lot of hosts, especially when it comes to Mandeville, they have camera, they have ring light, they have this, they have that. Have the police gone? Because you would have gotten some information. The police gone to Perth Road and questioned any of the individuals.
Look here. From the 26th of September, every single day we are on the road. Morning, noon, and night, we are on the road. When the search was at Perth Drive, I was there. One lady said that she saw Jayden the morning after 9. And when we asked, one said the camera was not working. The next gentleman was not home. When he came home, somebody who was in the group searching with us, she called the gentleman, and the gentleman said that when he comes home, he will run his camera. The morning when he called, the lady that said that she saw Jayden, she changed the time from 9 to 8:30. So he said when he looked at his camera.
Was that Friday morning or Saturday morning?
I think it, no man. No, it was a Tuesday. So she said she saw him the morning.
Claimed she saw him the Tuesday?
Yes.
Oh, so you're saying Jayden, there is evidence to say that Jayden was alive after Friday.
Right. And we even went to Balvenie. We went to Balvenie, and a lady at the shop, she said that she saw Jayden this Saturday. That's the following Saturday. She saw Jayden this Sunday with his school bag in a uniform.
Did they ask what he was wearing when they have those sightings of him?
they said that he was still have on his uniform with his back and his bag. His bag and his back.
Hold on, Kristen. I want to ask another question. From the mother's perspective, we're not trying to bash the mother or whatever, but does the mother have a history of mental illness?
No, not to my knowledge.
Okay, is there anybody in the family that have a history of mental illness where chances are something would have triggered Jayden to be wondering about?
Well, from my side, my family side, we don't have a history of that. And from Jayden's mother's side, I cannot say because I do not know much about Jayden's mother's side of family.
All right.
Jayden is one of how many children?
I think Jayden is. I think she has 6 kids. So she have 3 after Jayden.
Okay. Let me beg you one question, mommy. All right, yes. Jayden, you say you never see Jayden look no way different or whatever, like in a out of no mood or out of no way, like something was happening. So he has just been to high school, so he not reach a company them yet to start take jobs. All
right.
And then wait, one
Hold
second.
it right there. Yeah. Hold it right there. All right.
Yeah.
Jayden did 2 weeks before school start. I accompanied Jayden to do his 2 weeks. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I think it was the second week of school in September when Jayden came home with a letter, said that he wanted was to join the cadet group. Yes. I signed the letter and I gave it to Jayden. 2 evening I was coming home and I booked up Jayden in Mandeville. Not at the bus stop, but heading to the other direction like he was going to Little Cedar. I turned to Jayden and I said, Jayden, what are you doing this direction? He said to me that he's going to buy shoes polish. I said to him, Jayden, this is impossible. You pass too much shops at Willowgate. Even at the school gate, there are men that sell polish there.
Right.
So if your shoes polish finished and you want a shoes polish, you could have buy the shoes polish all along to Willowgate instead of reach all the way to Top Queens. A following evening after that, I end up buck up Jayden again. I warned Jayden, I said, Jayden, when school over, you need to head home.
Yes.
What I get to understand from a lady at Megamart, she said that she saw Jayden at Megamart on more than one occasion. So what I'm saying to my head, she even turned to me and said that one evening she saw Jayden and a little boy. They were at Megamart and they were even talking about going to Popeyes. Jayden is not a child that knows Mandeville that well on his own. So when I hear that, I'm saying, why is Jayden being all around the place and Jayden just start going to school at Mandeville?
Okay.
So it's like Jayden start to follow a company that is carrying him all around the town.
All right. So
something. What happened to the piggy pan? Did Jayden actually take money from his piggy pan?
Okay, so Jayden have a small box that I bought a shoes for Zaire when Zaire came for him to wear to school. Because you know, say, overseas they don't wear uniform. So I bought Zaire a black shoes to wear to school. I gave Jayden that box when he said that he's going to save. I gave Jayden that small box to save him. Jayden came home one evening and he asked me to change some silver, which was about $600, and I changed the silver. He still have other silver in there. So Jayden have $2,000 in the box with some other silver. He took the $2,000 and tell my husband he was going to buy pizza after school. My husband said, okay, because we normally don't cook on a Friday. We either buy pizza or we buy chicken. Because when I noticed that Jayden, something was not right, is when I left the hospital and we came to Mother's to buy chicken, I called Jayden phone because by that time he will be home. Because Jayden have a key, everybody have a key. When I called Jayden phone straight, the phone ring without an answer. The man turned to me and said, Mommy, don't call Jayden straight because Jayden don't put credit on his phone. So in keep lockdown, call him on WhatsApp. No, we have internet at home. I called Jayden on WhatsApp. I did not get Jayden. I called him again. I did not get him. I said, no man, this is strange. All right, we buy the chicken and we come home. When we reach home and I enter into the yard, the car pull up into the yard. Jayden have his own room. And I said to them in the car, but Jayden don't know light now in a Jayden room, so Jayden gonna bed so early. Wait, no mind. When I come, I was the first one that comes to the door. I pushed the door and the door was closed. So I called to my husband and said, throw the key because he had a key and the car key. I said, throw the key, and he threw the key and I opened the door. When I opened the door, my first step was in Jayden's room. When I went in Jayden's room, I didn't see a bag, I didn't see his shoes, and I didn't see him on the bed. I turned back outside immediately and I said to my husband, but Jayden no come home. My husband said, what you say? He said, Jayden not in the house. He said, no man. And Jayden, Mr. T and Demar came in and said, but that true, Paula that man, Jayden no come home. Mr. T put down the bag with the chicken that we bought that Friday evening was in the kitchen until Sunday. Nobody eat. We all left out, and when I reached at the hill, the first person I called was Mr. Gabriel, the principal of Manchester High School. I called Mr. Gabriel and I said to Mr. Gabriel, was there any function that comes at Manchester School that I was not aware of? He said, no, Mrs. Thompson. I said to him, Jayden is on the cadet group, call the coach and find out. He said, okay. He called me back and said there was no cadet class because of the raid. After the coach call, I went straight to the police station. I know it was not 24 hours.
What time Jayden normally? What time latest time Jayden ever come home from school?
The latest Jayden ever come from school is maybe some minutes to 6.
So you reach home after 7, it was raining. Then he would have made me get hold up then.
No, leave her alone. Angel and Forever. Stop on the nice man, behave no side. Just chill like a mama.
He would have made me get hold up, and he get hold up then it would trigger you to
no, alright. So Jayden have a bigger brother. Jayden have a bigger brother who is 28 that is living at the house also.
Which house?
I called him because we have 2 houses in the yard. My house and my mother's house. So the other brother is living by my mother's house because my mother is deceased. So I call him. I call him because I know he was in Mandeville. I called him. I said, Jayden, don't come home. Check in a Mandeville to see Jayden out here. Because maybe he don't get no taxi to the rail.
And that's still in at 7 o'clock there, so.
Well, I wouldn't say 7 o'clock. It's supposed to pass 7 o'clock because by the time we left the hospital and stop as mothers and buy the chicken, they spend maybe half an hour in there before they get the chicken. So when I call the brother, he said no, he must see Jayden no way out there. No portion of people never demanded at that time when he left work.
Yeah, so you know the taxi stand and wait for taxi.
You know the taxi stand and him there, cause our taxi stand at Willowgate. Once you reach 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you're not gonna get any taxi out there, so you have to go by KFC.
So here what me
so
want
he was at KFC at the time. You want me
want to ask you. You said you realized Jayden was starting to follow company, right?
Right.
Have it ever come across the mind that Jayden end up at school with some company now that he could be with them at his house?
It's a possibility.
Come across the mind saying gone with some people gone in the yard, because if you used to stay at the shop side, as you say, you are the aunt and you're telling us, right? That means to say Jayden used to some lifestyle where Uno did just try groom him to a different lifestyle.
Right.
That's fine, because he was just trying to break it.
It has been years. So even though we're thinking about that, it has been.
Yeah, but I'm just saying to mommy, right? You're just trying to break into a different lifestyle now because it's underneath your host hole, right? Alright. So, do we know that some of the time we have to look deep into this thing? You ever hear them say you can take a pig out of the mud, but you can't take the mud out of the pig?
I understand, but then also I'm saying that at this time, it would not be keep same keeping, that would be kidnapping for the person.
Alright, listen to me, it would be.
Hold on the lavally. Enso, let's ask one question in I comment. Why would he come out of Mega Mart in a rush? Was somebody after him? You guys hear from the school and from, was he in any argument with anybody at school?
No, because the teachers, students, he was the same jovial, playful person that day. Nothing.
Is there any clothes missing from the house for Jayden?
No.
So then, alright, because me I think about the 2,000 and I think so. Wonder if it was premeditated that he did have a little plan, say he might go with one friend or something.
No, but Jayden normally buy food on Fridays, and I saw on the footage. Wait,
mathematics. Right? You will say, right? Alright, when you never rough him or anything, so he should feel now we have to come home, right?
I mean, but again, no, when we're talking about a child that we can't really feel or think how he feels, be reminded when he woke up the morning to go to school, mommy never come home and the baby never come home. So in a problem,
Jayden still at the hospital with you until 5 o'clock in the morning.
No, remember he went home to get ready to go to school.
Oh, yeah.
So when he woke up in the morning,
he did out of
Grandma
the
then the on the right.
car asleep, and then go home.
And you said that your husband leave after 5 in the morning.
No mathematics. No. That wasn't the story. The story was Jayden was at the hospital. The 5 of them was at the hospital. The grandma, the uncle, Jayden, Demar, and the baby. So the grandfather bring home Jayden and Demar because they have to go to school in the morning and bring back about after 12, after 1, something like that.
No,
and
but
then,
the last time you hear the grandfather leave from the hospital was after 5.
No, mathematics of listen. The grandfather went back to the hospital with some stuff for his wife. Because her son is dead. So she come when the man go back at the hospital, mathematics, listen. 2 times he visit the hospital and then bring home Jayden then he pick up some things and bring back at the hospital. Then he come back home. Time I run up on him now in the after 5. If he get ready, if he go to work because he have some kids who him probably must have